Guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about Majin Kuu, a very comical but weak Majin. However, in order for him to show his true worth, he will absorb King Gomah, and you'll understand how that will happen in this video. But before we start the video, I'd like to ask those who like today's video and my content in general to leave a like on the video so that I know that you're enjoying my content and that this motivates me to bring more videos. Also leave a comment. If possible, share the video with that friend of yours who also likes Dragon Ball, of course. Well, now without further ado, let's get to today's video. Guys, since the first episodes, theories have emerged about which enemies Goku and his friends would have to face to recover their adult bodies. And obviously, we know that King Gomah and Gesu are some of them. But all of us fans of this incredible franchise called Dragon Ball know that the first villain that appears may not be the final enemy, and that is why we always pay attention to all the enemies that appear as the story progresses. Some of them are very powerful and others not so much, and they even break our expectations because some seem to be very powerful, but they are not. For example, Majin Kuu, who first appeared in episode 9. That's right guys, unfortunately Majin Kuu, who many thought would be a very powerful and feared being because of the essence of the original Majin Buu that was used in his birth, that should have made him a being that should be as powerful as Majin Buu or even stronger than him. But this proved to be a big mistake to the misfortune of Dr. Arinsu, who wanted a warrior powerful enough to help her in her plans and who would be loyal to only one person, who in this case would be her. But the creation of that Majin proved to be a great failure, as he ended up following his master's orders and went to fight Tamagami number 1 and was not even able to scratch him, showing how weak he was compared to his master's expectations. Because of the failure of Majin Kuu, Dr. Arinsu had to try to create a new Majin who could help her achieve her goals, and with that she went back to the witch who helped her create Majin Kuu, and with her help a new Majin was created, this being Majin Doo, who would be a fatter version of Majin Kuu, who by the way could be considered his older brother, since Majin Kuu himself ended up commenting on this when the doctor said she would create a second Majin, something that didn't displease him at all. In fact, he even thought it was cool that he would have a younger brother, and this shows that he is not at all similar to any of the versions of the original Majin Buu. After the birth of Majin Doo, he received the same mission that his older brother ended up failing, which in this case would be to face Tamagami number 1 and defeat him in order to get one of the Dragon Balls from the demon world, and just like his brother, he obeyed, but first asked for a chocolate bar, showing that he has a bit of the gluttonous personality that Majin Buu has. But unlike Buu, Majin Doo seems very much like a spoiled child in terms of personality if he doesn't get what he wants, so he throws a tantrum until he gets it or refuses to do what he was ordered. Well, after getting his chocolate bar, he started his battle against Tamagami number 1 at the end of the 11th episode, and in the few minutes where we saw him fight, we can say that he is more powerful than Majin Kuu in terms of power, and his abilities allow him to shape his body as he wants, making his blows very unpredictable, and together with this and his personality, it is very difficult to say what his next move would be in a fight. Now in the 12th episode, we had the conclusion of this battle where Tamagami almost defeated Majin Doo because he started to throw a tantrum because he wanted chocolate, and at that moment he was in a battle and he wouldn't be able to win his chocolates. With that, Tamagami took advantage and attacked him, almost defeating him. But at the last moment, Majin Kuu ended up appearing with some chocolate bars in his hands, and he quickly grabbed one of them and threw it in the direction of his brother, who ate it all at once, which made him happy. And with that, he went back to fighting, but now showing his true strength, defeating Tamagami number 1 and winning the right to take the test to get the Dragon Ball of the demonic world that was in his possession. The test to get the Dragon Ball that was with that Tamagami was an arithmetic test where several numbers would appear, and in the end you would have to get the right result. But the more the numbers passed, the faster they became, to the point that no one could see or think fast enough to perform that equation, and in the end no one could think of the result. And that included Dr. Arinsu, who said that that test had to be a prank because it was impossible even for her, and Majin Doo wasn't even able to think straight. But Majin Kuu, who was behind next to his master, ended up whispering to his brother the result of that calculation, and the moment Majin Doo spoke, the answer appeared in the shining sphere that marked the place where the Tamagami was. And with that, every everyone saw that the answer was correct, but Majin Kuu himself didn't try to take credit for that, and just laughed when the doctor said that he had done nothing but witness that fight. Why did I even talk about all this? Simple, I told you so you can see that Majin Kuu is not useless, but someone very intelligent, and with this intelligence and quick thinking, he can be an even greater threat than his brother, who is a brainless idiot who just has a lot of power. So both are powerful and dangerous in their own ways, but Majin Kuu can be even more dangerous if he learns the main ability of the one he descends from, which in this case would be Majin Buu, and the ability I am referring to is the ability to absorb other living beings, thus gaining their strength and abilities. For those who don't know, a long time ago, one of the first images that was released about Majin Kuu was with his appearance a little darker in a green tone and with a cape or cloak on his back, so possibly in the not so distant future Majin Kuu will absorb someone, and that someone could be King Gomah himself or Dejesu, but it could also be another character like Piccolo or Neva, which would make sense for the colors of his body to have become more green. Guys, imagine how powerful he would be if he could absorb someone like Neva, who is a very old being and also powerful even though he doesn't demonstrate all his power. But Majin Kuu really absorbing someone would be terrible, and I'll explain it to you. We know that Majin Kuu at this moment is just a butler of Dr. Arinsu, but Majin Kuu getting more power, he wouldn't buy chocolate for his brother, and at that moment Majin Doo could get angry and thus turn Majin Kuu into candy and eat him, and if that happens, Majin Doo will be an invincible being for the current powers of Goku and Vegeta. With all that said, I'm sure that the underrated Majin Kuu will prove to be one of the most powerful villains in Dragon Ball Daima, surpassing Kid Buu in terms of power. Goku and Vegeta will have to fight together to defeat him. Even then, it won't be enough, which will force Goku and Vegeta to use fusion, and with that, we'll have Vegeto using Super Saiyan 3, which will be the same one Vegeta demonstrated in this 12th episode. Guys, are you looking forward to the next episodes of Dragon Ball Daima? Comment, and of course, don't forget to like. Bye!